What's going on, everybody? John Arapola here with My MMA News, and today's guest is coming off a victory at UFC 271 over Blood Diamond by a first-round submission victory. Pleased to be joined by Jeremiah Wells here today. Jeremiah, thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate the time. It's nice talking to another Keystone State guy in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. You're down there in Philly, so thanks for doing this, man.
Hey, no problem, man. How you doing?
So let's start off with this great performance here. Before we start actually breaking it down and getting into the specifics of the fight here, I just wanted to know, like, in the lead up to this, did you feel like disrespected at all? Because so much is being made of Blood Diamond's debut here. Of course, him being teammates with Israel Adesanya and Izzy talking so highly of him. It seemed like they were hyping up his debut so much here. So did you, number one, feel disrespected? And did you enjoy playing spoiler the way how you did?
Um, Being feeling disrespectful, not at all, not at all. He really wasn't for me. He was for somebody else. I kind of took the fight short notice, like a week notice. They switched my opponents up. So really, I didn't feel disrespected. And two, yeah, I definitely feel good spoiling, the hype of his career. Not, the hype leading up to the fight. Definitely feel good.
So let's break down this performance and how you got the victory here. So before we actually get into the X's and O's here, right to start off the fight, as soon as the fight started, you were kind of doing a little lap around the ring there. You almost tripped and fell. So what happened in that moment there? Because it was kind of a
Yeah.
unique moment. I'm sure one that you laugh about now.
Yeah, I did trip and fall. I just grabbed the fence. It saved me from falling. But yeah, I was going to circle around him and then like try to bring him to my team, but I didn't get a chance to get around him. I ended up tripping, but it kind of worked in my favor because I was going to try to close the distance and get in and try to take him down or strike with him. But he like came to me because he thought I was vulnerable, and I ducked it and grabbed him, and then it was all she wrote from there.
Well, I was gonna say, right when you were able to get your hands on him, he did, resist a little bit. His takedown defense was probably a little bit better than some thought. You kind of had to go into like second gear there and really push to get that takedown. Were you surprised at how tough and durable he was in that moment when you were able to get your hands on him? That he didn't go down, in 2 seconds like people might have thought he would have.
Yeah, yeah. His wall work was pretty good. You could tell that they were working on the wall and a lot and everything. And I wasn't expecting how tall he was. It was getting under his hips and everything. I just had to get a little lower and like get an extra good grip on it. I was gonna let go and start striking, but I was saying to myself, let me try this one more time. And then when I tried that the last time, and I got him down.
Definitely was worth them that second effort there. And once you got him on the ground, like you said before, that was all she wrote. You were dominating on the ground. If it were to go to the end of the first round, it would have been a 10-8 round, clearly. It didn't. We know what happened. You got the submission victory. But just talk about what took place there on the ground, because you were teeing off, hammering away, and it took a couple tries for you to get the choke locked in. But once you got it, man, it was game, set, match.
Um, yeah. So for some reason, my leg was a little tweaked, probably my leg was a little tweaked from the cage, getting stuck on the cage. So I was trying to get the hooks in and everything, and like, so I was just working. My coach was telling me, don't keep going for the choke. So I was just punching and then choke, punching, just trying to like loosen them up. And I kept like switching up my grip. I kind of like usually do the gable grip, and I wasn't doing that. So once I finally like got the gable grip, it worked out.
So where do you go from here then, right? You come off a huge victory like this. Where do you think kind of puts you in the division right now?
I really don't know. I don't know until we get that call and they let us know where we are.
Are you a guy that likes to stay active and that you want to get back inside there again pretty quick, or do you want to take some time off?
Um, yeah, I do want to stay active, but it's always like these fights. If it's not done in like 30 seconds or a minute or whatever, and you being there, you end up getting like a little bruised or whatever. Not bruised, but like a little injured and everything. So I'm still like my leg a little tweaked from the fall, whatever. And I'm just waiting on an MRI to come back and tell me if everything's good. Once everything's good, I'll let them know and I'm get right back in there. But yeah, I definitely want to stay active.
So what are some of the keys to staying active then? I know obviously you said right now you're still waiting on an MRI and whatnot, but we've seen it time and time again where fighters want to be busy, they want to stay active, and they end up injuring themselves? What are some of the kind of the keys to like recovery and whatnot to keep your body fresh to be able to keep going all year round?
Massages, ice baths, eating healthy, just taking care of your body, and think safe, safety first, man. Yeah, I don't want I'm a little older than our other fighters, so I don't want to. My body's already kind of worn down, So I just take my time and think smart before I, do certain things.
So, if it's okay, I want to have a trip down memory lane here. So, we're right now obviously talking about this huge victory on a pay per view event, spoiling somebody's debut. Well, when it all started, it actually started in my home area here. You were fighting in venues like the Woodlands in Wilkes-Barre and Genetti's, I believe it was in Wilkes-Barre or Scranton, one of those Genetti locations there. But fighting in those little small venues like that in the PA cage fighting promotion, do you remember anything about those days and what it was like fighting up here in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre in a smaller venue?
Yeah, man. I used to think about all the. I always take a trip down memory lane and think about like all the hard work it took me to get here. Yeah, man. I had sheesh. I had I had fun. I had fun definitely. Just you know, fighting in the small towns and everything, and people saying the weirdest things, and you know, it's crazy. In the middle of nowhere, in a small cage, and I just rumble. I used to just rumble. I really had no technique back then, but I would rumble, and I had a team behind me that just also did the same thing. So I definitely it was hardcore fitness where I started up in Hazleton, PA, and I really appreciate them. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. Definitely Jim Wright, Keeman Jackson, and my whole team. I really appreciate it.
Now, you just gave a shout out to Hazleton, PA. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. I have back here, it's an SSP TV logo. I still do some work for SSP TV. That was the local news station up there in Hazleton. So, did you spend some time then like how long did you live in Hazleton for?
Yeah, that's where I lived at in Hazleton. But I fought over in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, and we also fought in Hazleton too once. Yeah, that's where I started at Hazleton. We was on the news too in Hazleton a long back. You probably could find it on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it was probably actually our news station that probably did it because we've done a lot of work with those guys over the years. Was it the Hazleton Boxing Club? Is that would have been who you were working with there?
No, Hazleton Boxing Club. It wasn't Hazleton Boxing Club. They wasn't open yet, or I'm not sure they was. But it was Hardcore Fitness where I was at. It was on top of the laundromat on Broad Street. Yeah.
From Broad Street in Hazleton down to Broad Street in Philadelphia now, you could say, and it's been a great journey. When you look back on your career, and we're talking about a place like Hazleton and talking about these small venues, now you think of what you just did, fighting in a big venue of Houston, Texas, and a sold-out arena like that. What's it like for you emotionally to just think about this journey that you've been on?
Sheesh, man. The emotion is strong, man. It's strong. Like I don't even want to. Gives me chills just thinking about it. I don't want to like go in too deep. I'll probably start crying or something. But yeah, man, it just, sheesh, just all the like it was like my dreams came true. I used to sit back and I used to tell my friends that I want to do this, and they laughed at me and everything, and I just wanted to prove them wrong. And it felt like it was yesterday, But yeah, it took a decade, but man, I'm here, man. I'm here. I didn't stop. A lot of people that started with me, like in gym stuff, they stopped. I feel for them, but I wasn't gonna stop until I die. Until I get here. I gave it all I got. I sacrificed so much just to get here, and I just know it's all gonna pay off soon, and or in a couple years. I'm definitely gonna get that belt, or definitely I'm gonna be great at this. My name is well gonna be known.
And we're looking forward to seeing this journey that you're going to continue going on here. And if it's okay to wrap things up, I do want to talk a little bit about Philadelphia now, where you call home. It seems like Philly the last few years is really starting. I don't want to necessarily say a hotbed for MMA, but we're seeing it grow more and more and more. We've seen obviously Paul Felder was obviously probably one of the bigger names through the years. I know he's recently retired, but now the Dacus brothers doing great things. You're in the UFC as well. How much have you seen a growth down there in the city of Philadelphia? And do you think it's going to start slowly becoming this really big hotbed for MMA like it was for boxing for many years?
Yeah, man. I didn't see Paul get into the UFC. I was here. I didn't see a lot of other fighters get into the UFC, and I was like almost the last one, kind of to get in. Feel like I was the last one, but I kind of like I wasn't jealous or anything, but I was just kind of like frustrated because I didn't know if I was gonna get in. But I was just like, fuck it. I just kept my head down and kept grounding. I just kept positive and told myself, they saving the best for last. And yeah, man, these Philly is definitely putting all these fighters are. I feel like we're it's already the boxing. We got boxing fighters out there, but the MMA fighters is even like more brutal. I feel like we're the ones that's really going like show them that Philly, we got those killers, those real killers, and I'm definitely one of them. Yeah, man, I try to put it on for my city, and when I say Philly stand up, I imagine everybody going crazy, like standing up, wilding out. I'm from Philadelphia. Like I said, I'm from Philadelphia, but I moved to the Poconos when I was 16. Because I was always fighting and stuff. My mom wanted to get me out of here, so but I came back because of MMA. And it worked out. My fights wasn't getting easier; they was getting harder, and it all paid off. I mean, definitely, just coming out here and meeting Daniel Gracie, and the rest of the team, and push me, and like I said, and Paul, yes, he definitely like motivated us to get there too. Also, because he was like one of the first guys out of our team to get in the UFC, and everybody just also cheer him on. Yeah, man, it definitely put we definitely gonna put Philly on him. Well, Philly's already on the map. We definitely gonna blow us up even higher.
So you said there, right? When you got in, you kind of felt like it was like saving the best for last. Well, you're not going to be the last. I know there's going to be a lot more guys coming out of Philadelphia. I want to ask you about your gym. Who are some guys to pay attention to that haven't made it into the UFC yet, but that are on the upcoming, and we should keep an eye out for here in the next few years?
Who? So yeah, we got some. All right, so I'll start off with the pros. We got Isa Dalipa. Is one of my Albanian friends. He's cool. I love him. Love him to death. He's one of my brothers. We got Nishan Burrell. He's a little. He been in the UFC before, but hopefully he get back in there. We got go back to now. We go to the amateurs. We got Itu. We got Zorik. We got it's just a lot of them. It's a lot of fighters that be grinding. Like I'm probably missing a couple names, but yeah, it's a lot of fighters that's definitely gonna come up that you're gonna be like, wow, yeah. He's from what? Philadelphia. He's from Daniel Gracie. Yeah, man, Daniel Gracie team. We're gonna tear it up wherever these guys are at. We're gonna tear it up most definitely.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing it. Thanks for the time here today, man. One last thing before we roll out.
We got Miles Lee too. He's a wrestler. Miles Lee. He trains with me most of the time, and he's definitely going to be a killer.
Well, we're looking forward to see what all those guys do here in the future. Thanks for doing this today, man. Really appreciate the time. One last thing though before you roll out, go ahead, plug your social media so people know where to find you at. If you have any coaches, sponsors, management, teammates, whoever you want to give a shout out to, floor is yours.
All right. My Instagram is Jeremiah WMMA, and my Facebook is Jeremiah Wells MMA. And my Twitter page is Jeremiah Wells M2. And yeah, man, start hitting that follow and come holler at me, tweet, hit me up on Instagram. The meme thing, I think it ends tonight, but I'm about to pick somebody, sign some gear. But yeah, man, come follow me, everybody. Come watch me rise.
All right, Jeremiah, thanks so much for all the time here today, man. Really cool. We have a lot of connections, local connections here with Northeastern Pennsylvania. So it's great talking to you about that. It's great seeing, like I said, another Keystone State guy doing great things. So again, thanks so much for the time here today. Good luck with everything. To all the viewers out there, if you like today's interview, please go to the bottom, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And you guys know the drill, MyMMANews.com. Great stuff comes out there 7 days a week, so make sure you guys are checking that out as well. We'll see you later, everybody.